Wow, look at this, huh? A book? This is not just any book. Take a look at this book. It's a very interesting book. The cover says, Harvey Edwin McCoy, A Life Remembered. This is Mr. McCoy's A Life Remembered, a remembrance book, right? And let's see what's inside this. There are these pictures, and it says, in fact, do you know how to read a book? You know how to read a book? There's a way to read a book. I've threatened to people to teach sometime about how to read a book. So here's how you read a book. One of the things you first do when you first read a book, one of the first things you do is you look for the table of contents. And you read the table of contents. You think about the table of contents. And this says a life story, and this says moments in time, and reflections from family and friends. And that tells you where this book is going to go. So my guess is the first part is going to tell you about Mr. McCoy's life. And then there will be special moments in time, and that's probably going to be pictures about important events. And then my guess is, and I don't know, I haven't read this book, but then reflections from family and friends and things that people said about Mr. McCoy. And my guess is it's probably around the time of his death and all of that. And my guess is it was put out by, the funeral home. So what a neat thing. I've never seen that. Any of y'all ever seen one of these before? Wow, it's really interesting. You've seen one? Okay. How neat is that? So I wonder if somebody wrote a book about your life, what would your life story be? Did you ever think about that? What would your life story say? And I think about this book and the 3 parts of it. What is your life story? I wonder there are a lot of things about your life story you don't know yet, right? I mean, you're young. You have a whole lifetime ahead, and you're thinking, I wonder what my life story is going to be. And you need to think about what kind of a story do you want to have in your life? And then there is moments in time. You know, it's hard to imagine, but life has, the longer you live, what you'll find is that the longer you live, there are just a handful of really significant days in your life you'll remember. You say, but I can remember so much. Believe me, there's a lot you'll forget. But there are certain moments in your life you'll always remember. And that's what I'm going to talk to you about real quick. The moments you remember. What are the significant things that take place when you make wise choices in your life? The moment that you realize you're a sinner and you put your trust in Jesus, turn from your sin. That's a moment in time. Makes a difference in everything, in life and eternity. You think about moments in your life when you make decisions and you're going to honor God in your life. You think about times in your life and you're going to make important decisions about the people that influence your life. You're going to remember times of such joy in your life and wonderful occasions, and you'll look back and you'll celebrate those occasions. You're going to look at times in your life that are challenging, and what you'll find is you're going to remember, how did I respond in my life when I had the biggest challenges? And I'm glad the way I responded, or am I sad the way I responded? And in your life, when you're writing your life story as it's being written every day, you write your life story every day. You're going to remember some of those really important decisions and those key times in your life. And here's the thing. There are a lot of things in your life that are out of your control. But the way we respond is always in our control. God made you with the ability to make choices, to honor Him, to choose wisely, to ignore Him, to move away from Him. God gives you the ability to make the choices. But just remember, you always have the freedom to make that choice and to respond the way that you choose to respond. You bear the joy of it. You bear the responsibility of it. And then this third part of this says reflections from family and friends. And when people think about your life, I wonder what they're going to think about you. What kind of a person are you? What are you living for? And, this month we've been talking about world evangelism, and we've talked about so many things all through the month. The theme of it is the value of one, and it puts the responsibility for all of us on ourselves. And I hope you boys and girls will think even now about, it's hard to imagine, when people remember my life, what will they remember that brings glory to God and blessing to other people? Because in eternity, that's really all that matters, what brings glory to God and blessing to other people. Wow, that's the way, I want my life to be remembered in a way that brings glory to God and blessing to other people. And I hope you do too. That was very interesting and helpful. Thank you so much for that. Let's give this box away. Who's going to get this box next? You'd like this box next? You'd like this box next? There you go, ma'am. You can have that box. All right, thank you, boys and girls. You can go back to your seat at this time.